Morning. We're out moseying around this morning. We've been picking some blackberries. We decided it's too hot for that, so we may go back and pick some more of them tonight. We stopped by the garden. Steve has cut a head of cabbage. What do you think it weighs?
7 pounds.
7 pounds?
6.
Really? 6. It's done a whole lot better than we thought it was going to. We didn't think it was going to do very good because it was so slow growing. But there's several more to be picked yet.
Blackberries.
Here in the weeds, this is the weediest part of our garden. Here's our blackberries we got this morning. I'd like to can some blackberries. I don't know if we'll get enough for that. If not, I'll freeze them. They keep really well. Just wash them, let them dry a little bit, and I vacuum seal them, and they keep really well like that. I think tonight, we have to run to town after a while. I think we're going to get lunch in town, but for supper tonight, we're going to have, let me see that onion again. Look at this. Our onions have done exceptional. We've got well over half of them picked. We are just kind of picking them along as they fall over, as the green tops fall over on them. As you can see over here, see how that one out there is laying down? That's when you know your onions are ready to harvest. In an earlier video, I showed where I was out. I was weeding the onions, but I also took a little hoe and pulled the dirt away from around the onions. And I think it really does help. It helps the onions get a lot bigger. These are the best onions that we've ever grown as far as I know. So I think we got 4 or 5 more plants in the other row. And then all these over here. We're probably going to go ahead and pull them all this weekend maybe. We'll see what the weather is. And we're also going to try to dig a hill of potatoes today. So for supper tonight, we're going to have what I call hillbilly stew. And it's just a meal that I created. It's going to be all of our garden stuff in it, except for the meat. I may try to do a video on that. I'll see how the time goes. And I'll show y'all how easy that is and how good it is. Something has been in the corn already. It's just now starting to get ears on it. Whatever it is has got into it and pulled it down. I'm going to guess and say it's the coons after their usual no good. So I'd say it's time to get the electric fence around the corn today. Okay, we've come over to the other garden. We got the tomatoes, finally got all the tomatoes up and the clips put on them. They honestly could probably use, some of them could use another line of string out through there. They are starting to, I know it's hard for you to see with me walking. It's hard for me to see with the sun shining too. They're starting to turn, some of them are. We're really pleased with the tomato crop, and we're really pleased with this Florida weave method of keeping them up off the ground. It's a lot of work, I'm not going to lie. A lot of work. We ordered these little clips. I ordered these off of Amazon. You can see here, and you could use string if you wanted. I think this is just a little bit quicker. We just went along and pulled all the branches up that were sagging from, the weight of the tomatoes, and clipped them all up onto the string. I'm not sure what these little cherry tomatoes here are. I'm not sure. The pink ones? They're awful small. I don't know. But I wanted to show the beans. These are the contender beans. They're kind of thin back here. But there's beans in there that needs picked. I might try to get them tonight yet. They're still coming back from down there from the deers having a meal on them. They're still kind of struggling to come back. Sunflowers are doing great. One's blooming over here in the back row. Those are the Romas. Those are my cannon beans right there. They look really good at this point. We've got the electric fence tape up, so it's keeping the deers out. And these peppers have just been amazing. We've eaten a few of these. The natapinos, the habanadas, and we had a cubanelle. And they're all really good. So everything's looking really good here. We really need a rain. There was a lot of rain went around us yesterday. We got some of the thunder off of it, and actually finally got a light breeze off of it last night, but we've yet to get any rain. So they're calling for a chance tomorrow, so we're hoping and praying we get some rain off of that. So I'm going to close for now. We're going to go check on a few more blackberries, and we will be back and see you again soon. Okay, we're back. We forgot we wanted to get some potatoes. Our potato crop has, well, of course we haven't dug but just a few. We dug up some of the plants that had died, and they were okay. I mean, this time of the year, it's a little early yet, but they're not the best that we've ever had, but they beat nothing. Here's something I wanted to show you. This is a radish seed pod. They come out on the top of the radish plants after they've done their thing and gone to seed. This is actually what the seeds come out of. You can eat these. This one's a little too far gone. A lot of people pick these and pickle them. They say they're really good. I actually tried a couple of them back when they first started coming on, when they were still green and fresh. And they basically taste just like a radish. They were a little spicy. They didn't taste bad. They weren't, anything terrible. But that's another little thing that you can harvest and eat if you feel like doing that. The potatoes just aren't putting off much because it's just so dry. The ground is so hard. I mean, he's using a fork there, and you just can't hardly even get the soil turned up. You can see, the holes are not very big. It's just so dry. But I don't know. We may dig enough just for supper tonight. And we don't normally dig our potatoes till way up in the fall. We just leave them. We'll tunnel out a few in the spring. We haven't even done that this time because they were having such a hard time surviving. I didn't want to mess in among them and, mess with the roots. But this is the first year that I've not ever tunneled in and got new potatoes. But we'll see this fall what they look like. But we leave them, we let them bloom. Usually you can start tunneling in your potatoes after they bloom really well. Honestly, these didn't even really bloom much. I didn't see any blooms hardly on them. There was a few, but nothing like there usually is. So I don't know. It's just not been an overall good potato year. I mean, we've had different, we had the freeze, two different freezes on them. And then the flea beetles got on them. And that was really hard on them. We finally did get them sprayed and get them calmed down. So now the plants are starting to dry down just because it's, time in their season to do that. But I don't know. We were hoping for a lot better crop this year. We did put out a few extra just in case, and looks like it's a good thing that we did. I want y'all to see these cucumber vines. I don't remember when the last time was that I showed them to you. They're just huge. I highly recommend the trellis thing with the cucumbers. It keeps them up off the ground. And it's just amazing what these have put out already. If this variety, if they lay on the ground, they kind of want to curl. As you can see from these, it's kind of hard to do with one hand. The tails of them are curl up, but if you put them on, here, catch. He's not a very good catcher. Oh, there's another one. I made some refrigerator pickles yesterday. I'm going to try them here in a little bit. They're supposed to sit for 24 hours. I tried them yesterday before I even got them in the refrigerator, and they tasted pretty good. They tasted like kosher pickles. Okay, here's what I'm trying to get to over here and show you. Here they are. If they hang, if you let them hang from the trellis, they're nice and straight. These are one of the best cucumbers I've ever eaten. They're called Telegraph Improved. The seed come from Baker Creek. And these are like the big English cucumbers you can buy in the grocery store. They actually are an English heirloom cucumber. They're from England. The seed originally, not my seed, but that's what Baker Creek does. They go all over the world. They send people all over the world to get seeds. They go to China, they go everywhere, all over the world, to collect garden seeds of different varieties of things. My camera skills are not too great today. I'm trying to do all this with one hand. But down there are 3 pepper plants. And okay, I had to lay my cucumbers down. These are pepper plants. One of these is cubanelle, the one in the middle. The other one looks like a jalapeno. I'm not sure about this last one. It may be a cubanelle also, is what it looks like. These are I call them the fluty lick beans. Japanese beetles are on them. But these are greasy beans. I don't know if you've ever heard of greasy beans. We may have talked about these before too. In the catalog, they're called greasy grit beans. So they're just plumb full of blooms. So I can't wait to see what these turn out. But here's our trellis system we worked out for this. It's kind of hard in this raised bed to get everything, because we put a row in the center, and so we had to get something on there for them. But there they are, growing really well. I wanted to put a little clip in the video of these grandbabies eating blackberries. We started out with a little bush of wild raspberries, and they've pretty well eaten all them. So now we've moved on to wild blackberries. We take them a ride on the side by side, usually try to every night, and we always have to stop for a snack. I'm amazed at how fast they eat these berries, yet they won't eat them at the house. If she buys them blackberries and gives them to them, they won't eat them. But they love going out along the fence rows. We just drive out through the field and pick them some blackberries and let them sit and eat them. I don't know what we're going to do when all the blackberries are gone. They're not going to have anything to snack on. I thought it was pretty cute. They're rotten. This is Isaac and Eli. They're identical twins. And they sure do love those rides and those blackberries every night. Well, that's all we have for this video. I know we kind of stopped in the middle, but we started back up. But take care.